How did you get involved in the recording business?
Through, what was her name? The one that, Dionne Warwick's cousin. No, but Josie.
Yeah.
She came from New York?
Right.
But you didn't release that with Correc-Tone, you released that to some New York label.
Right.
Did you do that deal with Time?
Yeah. Martha Josie and Larry Johnson. What happened, the guy that bought it, he had a label, and he bought it to release on his label, and he didn't ever release it. So, cause they did a lot of trickery.
Is that before this record, My Heart Belongs to You and Let Me Be Your Boy? Is that the first thing you got involved with?
First one, yeah. He was the first one. He already had a Found in Love. Yeah. And,
why did he leave the Falcons and come to you then?
They wanted him to always be the lead singer in the Falcons. They wanted to use him as a group.
And so you offered him a solo contract.
Right.
I spoke to Robert Bateman, because he was involved with that, with Sonny Sanders, and he said that you already had a studio up on 12th Street when he joined you.
12th Street was an office. We didn't do no recording now.
But this is the first thing you recorded?
Yeah.
The guy who wrote this was called Wilbert Harbert. He was a piano player.
Yeah.
I wonder where Wilbert is now.
I don't know. I think he gave up the music business and went back to college.
I see Robert Bateman and Sonny Sanders on this. They were both at Motown before they came to you.
See, every time that we cut a record on Wilson, after he got real big, what was his name? White guy on Atlanta. Jerry Wester. You remember Solomon Burke? He put it out on Solomon Burke.
If You Need Me.
Yeah.
If you need me, call me. If you need me, call me. Don't wait too long. If things go wrong.
Baby, I need you. That's why I'm calling. Yes, I need you. That's why I'm calling. I hope I didn't wait too long to ring your phone. Please hurry home.
I was signed to Robert Wester as a singer for the Falcons. I was actually set up to sign with the Falcons. I was going to take Eddie's place, but then Mac Rice found Wilson Pickett, and Wilson Pickett took Eddie's place.
Were you with Robert Bateman at that time?
I got with Robert when I was with Motown. I did a film right after.
After Money.
Yeah, right. It was the next release after Money.
So you were at Motown as well? You were just hanging out at different studios, I guess.
I was freelancing. I didn't know what the term was. In fact, the word producer hadn't popped up either. It was, we hadn't started using that yet either. I left Motown. I had a dispute with Barrett Strong because he was taking my songs and I was trying to showing him, and he was showing other people saying that he wrote them. So I told Barry Gordy that I got to leave because I'll either punch this guy out or there's going to be big trouble around here. You know, Barry tried to discourage me from leaving, but I was a little hot-headed. When I wound up with Robert Bateman and Popcorn Wiley and
Was that down
Sonny
the-
Sanders over to Correct-Tone.
Correct-Tone, Wilbert Golden's place. Was he still on 12th Street at that point?
You know, it started. I did have I do recall him being in partnership on 12th Street. I do remember an office on 12th Street.
Do you remember Wilson Pickett being at Correct-Tone?
Are you kidding? That's where we did this stuff.
Was that on 12th, or was that when they were on Grand River?
Grand River.
That was
That's
when-
where the studio was, because Robert Bateman
Built
was
it.
the chief engineer.
That's right, yeah.
If he had partners at all, they cut him off because he ran out of money. And prior to Wingate taking over, he last bit of money and took the album that I did, If You Need Me album. And he said, I'm going to make a deal. He said, it's do or die time. So he went with just a little expense money, you know, and deal with Lloyd and Logan on the If You Need Me albums. But little did they know that Pickett was cutting his own deal at the same time. He goes and say, I got a surprise for you. I got you a deal. He say, what are you talking about? I got a deal. Now,
yeah.
you see, Wilson wouldn't cut a deal to give the song to Solomon Burke. Pickett was desperate, though. He had took his last $700 that it cost to do the album. His last bit of money that he had saved up. Wilson paid for his own session because Golden was out of money. Yeah, he was still working with the Falcons on salary, you know, with the Falcons. So he saved his money up and come to me, you know, after we had did the I Found a Love thing. He saved up his money because Wilbert was going down for the third time. He was sinking fast.
So,
What a nice guy, man! This guy was so nice.
Mr. Golden.
Oh man, he was. One time, the recording equipment, he had a note that he had to pay every month on the equipment, and he couldn't make the note. And one day, the guy came in to collect, and after Wilbur got to crying on his shoulder, the guy come on out of his own pocket and paid the note for it.
Baby, call on me if you're feeling lonely and blue. Baby, call on me even though you said we were through. Baby, I need you. Oh, I need you, baby. Early in the morning, you know that I need you, baby.
Whenever I'm alone and blue. My thoughts go running back to you. I'm wondering if you miss me. I'm wondering if you'll kiss me when the day is through. You haunt my every dream that's true. And even if I close my
Martha Joseph. See, Lyra was working in the office, and she paid Lyra to get the contract out because I wouldn't give her a release. Lyra Johnson went in the office and taken the last page of the contract with her name on it and tore it off. And then she brought out a record. And I said, she didn't bring out no record, you know. And I go and look at the contract, and that's missing.
Yeah, sounds like you had some bad luck
What I was booking.
doing numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was booking. So, I mean, like, I was doing $2,400, $2,500 a day worth of business.
Was that for Wingate or for yourself?
For myself, I was
Really?
booking. Wingate became my partner later on. See, at that particular time, I had money. I stepped into the game. I'm the one that made Barry Gordy start paying. And the one I wanted was Mickey.
Mickey Stevenson?
Yeah, well, I wanted him and I. We was real tight. He's the one that introduced me into the music game.
Because he had a record business called Step.
That was way before he joined up with Barry. He told me, he couldn't come because he was gonna wind up getting part of Barry's.
Robert Bateman told me that it was Mickey who put Robert in touch with you.
Right, and he told me, what you should do is get in contact with these people. Robert Bateman, Sonny Sanders, and then there was a young girl. She handled all of his Gordy's distribution, and I pulled her. I forget her name now, but I pulled her, and we went to Chicago. The Dozie brothers. We went over there, and we was gonna get him.
Lamont?
The one that was over in Chicago. There was three of them. The two brothers. And
There's Brian and Eddie, and then Lamont Dozier. Lamont.
Mm-hmm. We brought him back. Gonna get him as a producer.
Did he come?
Yeah, he came. Because CIA Bunny, they came over.
Two Holland brothers.
And that's where I made my blind act. The reason that I didn't put them on salary and take them, because I had too much expense, and I really couldn't see nothing where it was
coming back.
Right. Barry called him back. He started paying them. He bought the Doziers a car, and then this other guy from Chicago, he went with them.
So the three of them left you.
Well, they really hadn't signed up nothing. We was negotiating. Then, you understand, Robert Bateman, I think I had cut back 3 or 4 records, and I wasn't getting nowhere with those. And I couldn't take on.
Yeah, you were spending money, not getting anything back. So Mickey Stevenson was really the guy that got you involved in music.
Right.
Yeah, because he was one of the key guys for Barry.
He wrote that Dancing in the Street.
No.
What's the story on that one, Mr. Golden?
Dancing in the Street was, what was it, Old Fashioned Love?
Something like that.
It's a different tune. Old Southern Beat.
That was the name of it, original.
It was in Correc-Tone Publishing. What was his name? The guy that wrote that. He was right over at Correc-Tone. He was over there, and plus I had him under contract. And I seen everything falling apart. I didn't want to be holding nobody back. I had to sign papers, releasing them from all obligation. By me doing that, he could take this tune out of the publishing company. He gave Mickey a piece of it, and a couple others.
I don't know if it's anything that you could document. Dancing in the Street was called, it was not Dancing in the Street. Of course, the idea was done at Correc-Tone. I can't think of the name of it, but it was really done after I had left Correc-Tone. But that left a bitter taste in Golden's mouth.
How did Wingate get involved in your company then? You became partners?
Joanne Brett, we grew up together. He had tried to get into it, and I went to him and told her that I couldn't get this played and I couldn't get that played. So she talked with him, and he came in and stuff.
Is that when you had Gotta Find a Way? Is that the first one that he got involved with? Theresa's record?
I know he came in, and he's the reason that, what's his name? The boy that with the Temptation. The one that Dope killed. What was his name?
Oh.
Not Eddie.
David Ruffin?
David Ruffin.
Oh, David Ruffin?
David Ruffin.
Oh, okay.
David Ruffin, his wife was working at the studio.
At your studio?
Yeah, he was out of state. Yeah. And he was there every day. You understand? He was on the label in Chicago.
Checkmate, I think.
Right.
Yeah, with Billy Davis.
Right. And they had another one. It was another one. I forget his name.
Willie Kendrick?
Right. And Wingate liked him. I didn't. I felt like that he couldn't sing. But I liked David. See, David had another record out a long time ago. He had this manager. And this manager got some time for Dope. And that threw him out, and then he went to Chicago. He got on that label. Then he got off of that label. And Kendrick got out. And Wingate didn't want to sign him. And he wanted us to sign Kendrick. We split a partnership over that.
You didn't want him, but he did?
Yeah.
That's when he started his Golden World Record
Right.
Company. Yeah, because Willie's is the first record.
Yeah, this white group, what was that?
Oh, the Reflections.
Reflections, yeah.
That was the group that brought out, what was that?
Like Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and
He
Juliet.
gave me those. Yeah, he had, when we split up, he gave me that group. He had all automatically did the session and everything. He gave me the tapes and all of that. And I gave it back to him.
Because that was a big hit for him. That was probably his biggest hit.
Yeah, probably was his biggest hit because they still play it.
Some nights you must lie awake thinking about these things. I know I would.
No,
Theresa told me how she sort of went down to your studio. That was her first record, Gotta Find a Way. That was with Wingate. Then she had Sugar Mountain.
Yeah.
So after that, you were without Wingate. Do you remember Betty Slater?
I remember the name.
She mentioned something about Danny Woods to me, about bringing Danny up from...
Betty was his manager.
Yeah, something like that.
In fact, we sent for him. He was down south.
How did you hear about him?
She did.
How did you meet Mr. Golden then, Yvonne?
Well, I was in a talent show, and a girl that I went to school with, her cousin was his name either was Al or Arnie, one of the two guys, and she told them, she says, you should hear this group and come to the talent show and you should hear this group. They can really sing since they were talent scouts. They caught the talent show that we were on, and that, that was it. They came and said, would we like to record? And so, of course, we said yes. And so they took us to Correc-Tone.
Who were the other girls in the Donays?
Their names were Michelle Ray, Army Gwen, Janice Gwen, and myself. Jackie and all of them, they threw us in there too. Kind of a feeling. And Gino is a coward, And this is the
one that
the Beatles did. But this is us.
We sold that to a Caucasian. He talked with us about releasing it. Here, we kept waiting. We didn't even know it was released. No, we didn't even know it was released.
Bad Boy's the A-side, I guess.
Was the A-side, Bad Boy. The B-side was the hit.
Richard Drapekin. Did you meet Richard, Yvonne? Because he wrote both of those sides for you on the Donays.
He was a partner to Arnie and Al.
Yeah.
He really wasn't on the scene.
How did you know how to sing it?
They sang it and taught me the song. They sang it. That's how that went.
He's got the devil
What happened to the girls then after you cut that?
Well, the record was being played a lot, and they were talking about traveling, and so the mothers of they wanted the girls to, two of them, go to college. You know, Michelle's mother was leery about the music world. You know, things that she had heard about the music world. You know, I wanted to stay, so I stayed, and so Mr. Golden said, well, nobody is going to remember Symington. That was my name. He said, nobody's going to remember that name. He said, so he came up with Vernee.
Because yours is on the label Sunbird, and I think that's Sonny Sanders and Robert Bateman, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your Touch, and It's Been a Long Time.
Oh, yeah, Your Touch.
Did you manage to get the Motown musicians then on those sessions?
Yeah. All of them. James Jamerson and Benny Benjamin and Robert White, Funk Brothers.
And the girls that did the background, we had them.
Don Dante.
You could have been very gaudy.
Because he had all the people. He definitely had all the people. He had all what it took.
Why do you think it happened for him and not you then? Is there one reason for that, do you think? Or is it just luck or fate or what?
Well, can I talk off the record?
Mm-hmm. How about you getting your records played then? You had JLB and CHB.
We gave up records and all of that. What was it, Sugar Mountain?
Teresa's.
Now, we couldn't get that played here. What we did, we put it in Chicago. And when it became big in Chicago, we brought it back in and forced them to play it.
When I look at my baby, this is what I see. A big mountain of sugar, and it all belongs to me. From his lips comes the honey instead of from the bee. From his kiss comes sugar that means so much to me. He's my sugar mountain, my sugar.
Do I remember the first time going to Correc-Tone? I went there to audition with the male group that I was with. And Mr. Golden and Mr. Wingate. Joanne was there. Joanne Bradley.
Your first record, Gotta Find a Way. Then what about 19?
Yeah.
Not long out of high school then?
Nope. In fact, my mother wouldn't sign even after I got out of high school. Isn't this funny? They had always said that people who got in show business ended up in drug, prostitution. So the guy that I was going with at that particular time, his mother, she signed my recording contract. And we found a guy walking down the street who turned out to be the perfect candidate for my father. She didn't know him, my boyfriend's mother. We just stopped the man and said, would you do us a favor? He said, sure.
Did Gotta Find a Way do much in the charts, Rosie? And did you feel that you were on your road to success?
I was doing everything that everybody else is doing, going on the road, appearing here, there, doing soft pops, doing television shows, pantomiming the song. And 20 grand a year, pantomiming it there.
Did you know much about Mr. Golden?
He had an ear for music, but that Sugar Mountain, he loved it. I hated it. I thought it was the dumbest, stupidest song ever written. It was actually written for an older pro. Faye Adams, I think is her name. And they were in the studio recording her, and she wasn't getting it. And so I just did it to show her how to do it. I just hated it.
And the other side is called Why Oh Why.
Why Oh Why, I remember that one. That was a ballad. That was pretty. to me.
Next one was a good idea. The other side is called It's Love.
It's Love I thought was pretty. That was the one I wanted them to go with. They were playing both sides.
I see your name's on this one. Actually, it's spelt wrong. It's Galden here. I'm in love. Do you remember Ron Davis?
Oh, yeah, Ron was just a songwriter.
He was my wife's cousin.
Yeah, he was in the family.
That was Theresa's last song. And then your last song too, Yvonne, Just Like You Did Me.
Mm-hmm. We had to burn records to keep warm.
Yeah. You're joking?
No, I'm serious.
So they're all gone. Who do you remember seeing down at Correc-Tone?
Down at Correc-Tone? Well, Tamika.
Oh, Tamika Jones.
Tamika Jones.
Oh, that was Robert's girlfriend, I think.
She recorded.
Is It a Sin, her record?
Right, something like that.
Why do you always try to make me cry? If you don't want me, then let's say goodbye. Why do you hurt me so? This I'd like to know. Is it a sin? Is it a sin to be in love?
What did you do after the end of Sunburn?
After the end of Correc-Tone? Well, I got a job. Real job! A paying job! A real paying job! And then later on, James Dean, who I went to school with in Hamtramck, he told, the Elgins was looking for a replacement for Sam. And so I auditioned for the Elgins and I became an Elgin.
The studio became Magic City.
Yeah.
Guy called Ernest Burt.
Ernest Burt.
Was he a relative of yours?
No, he wasn't no relation. He tried to beat me out of it.